This is the exterior inspection. We're at the left rear elevation. Okay, we have some settlement. You can see here we have a crack in the mortar. It's running down the wall in this direction. It's just running through the mortar. It's common settlement. It's quite common, hence the name, common settlement. But in Texas, with the expansive, reactive expansive soils, a lot of buildings experience variation in the moisture in the ground, and it leads to cracks and breaks. And here you can see right up here the break. Now that break here starts here. The window is basically a big opening which relieves the stress, and then it continues from the window square corner here down where the stresses are concentrated at each of the windows corner, and that's why you've got that break there, and you've got this continuing down the foundation. And this one's not made it to the bottom yet. On the left elevation we have a settlement crack towards the rear and emanate from the window. We've got good grading on the front side of the building. Let's move into the front elevation. There's a corner pop there, just cosmetic. We're missing some trim here. We have light fittings here, and they've not got any caulkings around the boss. That needs to be caulked to stop water penetrating into where the electrical circuitry is. A little bit of settlement up here. Again, we've got missing trim here and here. Very odd, I don't know why that's there. Now we're moving to the right elevation. Yes, and we've got settlement here. See the crack running down? It's running two directions. It's early. There's a crack across the ventilator. And a small crack here. Now, where we've got these cracks, like you've got this crack here, you really want to actually seal it using mortar, point it, just so you don't get water passing through into the drywall. We have an open junction box here. We're at the rear elevation. We have a light. I'm assuming it's not working because there's no bulb in it. We're now at the rear elevation. There's some cracking in the flatwork here. There's a hole in the grill here that's going to allow vermin to get inside the crawl space. AC unit is running. It's actually not mounted on a plinth. Should be. There's some damage to the fins around the base. Looks like it's been done by a weed whacker. They really should be coned out as it reduces the efficiency of the unit. The conduit with the cable, electrical supply to the unit, the AC unit, has come out of its mount. That needs to be reconnected. It's roof inspection. We have ridge vents running along the top, very good. And we've got soffit vents at the soffits. Ventilation should be good. We have some tool damage here, caused the installation. LED flashings look good. Now we got a damaged shingle at the ridge here that needs to be repaired. This is a damaged shingle at the ridge at the rear left elevation of the property. Another damaged shingle here, split at the rear mid ridge of the property. failing caulking at the ridge vent at the rear right elevation. Chimney has some failing coping. You can see here the cracks in here and in here. All of that is going to lead to water penetrating the stack. In addition, the spark arrestor is well, it's okay, it's secure, but the coping has got to be remortared, repointed. A little bit of repointing on the chimney around it. We've just got some spalling of the bricks falling off the face. It happens when you get water in them. Here, you got it, how loose that is. That's crumbling, so it needs some treatment. And we got some holes opening up in the chimney mortar itself. We're in the crawl space. We have a leaking sewer line here. It's been leaking for some time. Ground under it is quite wet. We have the main sewer line running along here. That too is leaking. And we have a galvanised downpipe. They're quite prone to rusting out, and that's probably what's going on there. It is actually rusted out and we're now leaking. It's a long-term leak. The piers are supporting the beams, but they've not got any metal covers on them. As a result of that, they're prone to get termites on them. Also, the shimming has been carried out using wood. Now, it's quite common. I just don't like it. I prefer to have steel there. It doesn't move quite as much as an organic product such as wood will. There's been a major leak over time in the bathroom above us here, and at some point somebody's come in and repaired the beam. You can see the repair here. Yeah, I can't. Sorry? Okay, good, thanks. Good. Now here, at the top plate on the top of the grade beam, and it's been partially destroyed. This is about as far as I can go. I can't drag my fat arse under the low things here.
That's fine, I can.
You can, I know. I'm skinny as a rake.
Yeah. And ever since we did that one house out there by your house in Frisco, you remember that church?
Yeah. This is the flatwork, the drive. You see we have a large crack running through the drive all the way up to the alley. Quite a lot of cracking. This will be a reinforced concrete drive, so it's not coming apart, it's okay. But the only thing to be noted is that the drive slopes towards the house. Across here we have a swale, but under heavy inundation, loads and loads of rain, it may be water can get into the garage. You might also like to make sure whatever car you've got will fit in the garage when you come down this slope. Just a note, when you come to moving in, do not park heavy vehicles on this drive. It's not designed to take anything over than a light SUV type vehicle, you know, up to about a ton. This is the door to the garage, and you can see that the door in fact is a wood panelled door, not a fire door. It should be replaced by a fire door, and self-closing hinges or a closing mechanism should be added to it. In addition, we've got a attic access ladder here, and it's not sealed. That means the fumes from a car or a fire that may start can spread from this garage into the house via the attic. We're in the attic over the garage. We've got Romex cables running over the service boards unprotected. I'm in the attic over the house, and I've discovered we have ducting up here, which means the ducting that's in the crawl space is actually out of commission, not being used. The condition of the ducting in the attic space, the actual insulation, is very poor. There's multiple instances where the insulation has come away. Also, the ducting is resting on the actual rafters. That's not a good idea because it causes vibrations to be transmitted into the house and makes it very noisy. The insulation around the plenum and the whole area is in very poor condition. There's a lot of cold air leaking out into the attic. It's going to reduce the efficiency of the system considerably. I would recommend that all of the insulation is replaced to improve the efficiency of the air conditioning system. We have a gas line here without a sediment track. There's no bonding on the attic penetrations. There's a large variation in the level of insulation. A lot of it's been downtrodden. It would be advisable to blow more insulation in just to build up the R value. At the moment it just varies all over because people have been walking around on it. This is the main board. We have aluminium main drop lines, not unusual, but we also have aluminium conductors in some positions. Others are copper. They're copper, but these here, that one's aluminium, 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 or aluminum I should be saying, shouldn't I? I'll carry on using the Brit word, aluminium. Here we go, more aluminium. So we've got aluminium conductors in here. They don't necessarily mean a problem, but they can be a problem. Aluminium was, we stopped using aluminium in the 60s because of the poor quality of a conductor. They deteriorate over time and can lead to overheated connections, etc. But this box is looking good. Doesn't look to be any signs of overheating. This is the meter. What we're looking for is a grounding conductor, and there's no evidence of a grounding conductor at all. No, it's a stud. The garage floor is sinking. You see here it's dropped about an inch on this side. In fact, I can feel it beneath me as it goes down, and on here we've got a large active crack. It's coming along here. This may indicate that the ground underneath it is falling away and voids are appearing, and it may need to be mud-jacked. You should perhaps have this looked at by a foundation expert, because this is a considerably large area of concrete to maintain. This is the small bedroom, okay, guest bedroom, and we're getting a reading of 72 in the register, so there's no cooling there at all, because we come around here. Here's the return, and we got 73, that's 1 degree. As I said earlier in the inspection, I found a number of places 73 is not cooling here. There's no cooling coming through. 73. But I could feel that cooling. This is odd. 74. It's coming through the floor vents. Okay, so you've got two systems in this house, and you have some under the ground, under the crawl space. And we got 58 there. It's not very good, but this needs further investigation. This is the water heater. You can see the flue hood has come away. It's moved away, and now flue gases, products of combustion, are coming into the house. This is very, very dangerous. In addition to that, there is no air. There's no combustion air supply, and this could certainly burn and produce carbon monoxide. The tank is at the end of its safe working life. It was installed in '97, and there are signs that it's leaking. I'm not going to take it apart because it could actually spontaneously leak on me, and I don't want that to happen. This is the drain line for the temperature pressure relief valve of the water heater, and you can see that it's running water. It's been running water for a long while. It's actually plumbed to go into the sewer system, but it's blocked. This whole thing, the water heater is shot. It's got to be replaced, and all of this area here needs to be fixed. You do not want that temperature pressure relief valve going into the sewer line. It should just go down and empty on the grade. This is the furnace. It's currently burning a blue flame. This furnace is pretty old, it's original. I highly recommend that you have this unit and the cooling unit assessed by HVAC engineer. These things do not last forever, and it does represent a considerable investment. Okay, the dishwasher doesn't have an anti-siphon device. It's currently trying to get hot water. It's going to take a while because the water heater's way away. I'll leave that running. Let's see if I can get there. Yep, hot water. There's not a wet bar here. Okay, let's go and do the bathrooms. The dangerous water heater. I wonder if anybody's alive in this house. Okay. The nipple is loose in the wall, and the corking is failing here. We have a slow drain at the vanity in the master bedroom. This is room full equipment. It's currently running. It's been running all morning. There's no apparent leaks. There's been a fire here. It's all burnt out. This needs to be investigated by an electrician. The whole wiring must now be suspect. The pressure in the filter is very high, it's at 45 to 50 pound. Normally you see pressures around about 15 or 20, not as high as that. Pool cleaner is operational. It's been working pretty well all day that I've been here. We have a crack in the flatwork here. Probably needs to be caulked. Here we got the skimmer. There's some cracking in the coping around the pool. That should be caulked. It's the old type of drain. It's not the drain cover is the old non-entrapment drain. In other words, you can be held in by it. There's the newer drain covers now that are required to be fitted. I'm going to see if I can turn the light on. I'm not hopeful because of the fire damage to the receptacles over by the equipment. Well, the light hasn't come on. So the light doesn't work.